Hey, it's Cara. Welcome to Cara's Basement. I am so excited. You have no idea. No idea. One of my favorite bands of all time, if not the favorite band, is UFO, and it's Paul Raymond.
Hi there.
This is pretty thrilling for me. You know what? I've always said that Love to Love and Cherry are the best make-out background songs ever in a row.
Wow. We never thought of them like that, but Mr. Big by Free is mine, but everybody's got one.
You look fantastic. You've got a nice head of hair, I have to say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have to be very forceful with it.
Well, I heard that you used to do hair. Weren't you a hairstylist way
I
back?
was actually for 3 years. Yeah, my mum wouldn't let me be a musician. She said, "Oh, you've got to get a trade for yourself," you know. So I couldn't do anything, you know. I couldn't be a carpenter or a plumber. So I said, "All right, I'll be a hairdresser." But I really enjoyed that because I was really shy. I was an only child, and it introduced me to women. You know, that I was like forced in the presence of women, and that stood me in good stead for the years to come.
You know, you just played Chicago. I didn't realize when I was at the show that that was your opening night of the tour. Why did you pick Chicago?
We didn't really, to be honest. You know, you have to hold that so close. We didn't. It just happened that way. Basically, we're using rented equipment and stuff here, you know, because that was a cost-cutting device, and we're picking up the bus on the West Coast. But I think it was okay. We got away with it.
Oh yeah, it was a great show. It was a lot of fun. You know, when I walked in, I was thrilled that it was all men. You guys attract a lot of guys in your audience.
Oh, I thought you meant in the band.
In the band, yeah.
So, get some girls in the band. Yeah, that's an interesting idea, actually.
We get some go-go dancers.
Yeah, a girl bass player or something.
Not a bad idea.
We don't have a regular bass player anymore now because, you know, we didn't replace Pete Way because he was such an integral part of the band's persona. Yeah. And unfortunately can't do it anymore. So, it's, you know, we haven't replaced him. We just use different guys.
Right. How is he doing?
Not good reports from what I've heard. Although I did speak to a journalist before I left, and he was doing some liner notes for a Wasted album, the first one actually, which I was on. And he said, "I've heard Pete's new album, which somebody put some money up for." And he said, "Do you know what? It's much better than I expected, you know, considering the way he is." He said, "It's just straight ahead rock and roll." I said, "Oh, Pete's really good at that, you know, Too Hot to Handle, that kind of stuff."
Yeah.
And he said, "It's real good." So I guess he's still making music.
Good. That's good. I mean, he probably needs to do that. It's like therapeutic. You know, I've had conversations with Pete over the years a couple times, and he's told me some doozy stories about, you know, band stuff.
Not the drug thing. I start cringing when I hear that.
No. What I was going to say, though, what caught me off guard, and I thought it was funny because I was thinking about the stories Pete said during the show on at the House of Blues. You know, Phil was rapping a little bit in between the songs, and he mentioned how during the day he was watching Family Channel and watching Harry Potter, and I'm like, is that how you guys always were, or did you do different things during the day before shows?
There was no Harry Potter for a start. And I don't think I ever put the TV on, to be honest. Well, only in the background, you know. Yeah. No, times have changed, obviously. The world's turned over since then, hasn't it, you know.
You know, people always ask me when I see you guys, well, they did this last time especially, you know, are the original guys in there? Who are the original guys? And my answer is always, yeah, Phil and Andy, and I consider you original as well, because you are from the era when I found UFO.
36 years.
That's a really long time.
Boy.
I mean, that's a long relationship to have with anybody.
It is, isn't it? I mean, we were talking about that. We've known each other longer than we've known any of our women, you know, like our wives. So it's, yeah, I believe Aerosmith said the same thing. Yeah. That Joe and Steve have known each other for so long, you know. They go back like 45 years or something.
Well, you know, you guys have gone through, if you actually counted the personnel changes, and a lot of it's the same person coming and going, like you or Andy, like 40 times. There's been at least 40 changes.
No, but they are all still alive, which is quite nice. Some of the road crew have dropped along the way, but we're all still alive, even Paul Chapman.
No, you're friends with Cheap Trick, right? They're big here in Chicago, obviously.
Haven't seen them for years.
The reason I ask is because Strangers in the Night, to me, is one of the all-time greatest live albums ever. And I don't think it's well, I don't think it's a coincidence that you guys toured with Cheap Trick in Japan, and then they did live in Budokan from Japan, which is probably the other greatest album live of all time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, what about Michael Schenker Crew?
oh, yeah. And that one, too.
Oh. I'm on both.
All right. I mean, do you think people, cite? I think they do. Like, to me, Cheap Trick is a band where band people love, and they always say, yeah, they influenced me. Do you realize the influence you've had on other bands?
Well, yeah, but we didn't think of that at the time, Obviously, Michael's guitar playing was kind of a breakthrough thing at that time. And was a very strong band, but with a better manager would have kept us all together for longer. But, it kept fragmenting all the time.
So you actually have a little bit of a jazz background. Was Savoy Brown more jazzy?
Not at all. It was straight blues. Not as straight blues as Chicken Shack, which is where I came from originally. And Christine McVie moved on. And I got an opening there, and I was with them for 2 years. And I learnt a lot about how to make simple things work, in blues. And so I was ready for Savoy Brown when that gig came along, and I started writing with Kim. It's quite a restrictive formula with 3 or 4 chords, and it worked for me. And I had 5 years with them.
Was Lonesome Dave from Foghat in there when you were?
He was gone already. I hear he's not around anymore, which is very sad. That's funny because Dave was a guy who was a vegetarian, and he looked after himself. He was always real skinny, but he's the last one I would have thought, wouldn't still be around. And you've got someone like Ronnie Wood still alive.
Keith.
Yeah, wow.
Vinny is doing a great job in the band. I don't think he's even that new anymore. How many years has he been with UFO?
9 years. Yeah.
He's
9 years and still rocking.
I mean, he's still rocking with his hands behind his head and playing upside down guitar, and it's great. I mean, because Michael Schenker, let's face it, you couldn't find any bigger shoes to try to fill.
No, but Paul Chapman managed it in his own way, and they finally got over it and accepted that Paul was the guitarist, and that was really hard for him, because that was back in the day too. He had to stand in a tour we did in '77, and Michael was really, really popular then. And I can't explain what happened, but it was, the audience was very animated.
Well, with Vinny, we know the show's going to go on, and it'll finish all the way. That's.
This is true. Yes, he's going to make the end of the tour. So.
Are you still on speaking terms, as a band on speaking terms with Michael?
Well, I am. Yeah, in fact, he just played on a track on my new album.
Sweet.
And that was a payback because I went and did his 30th anniversary show in Shepherd's Bush. And I said, you got to do something for me then. Oh, okay, I play on your album, It's like, he took forever to do it, but he did it. So we're on pretty good terms. We went to dinner and stuff.
All right, well, thank you so much. You have no idea what a thrill this was to chat with you.
Aren't you going to ask me about my new album?
What about your new album?
I thought you'd never ask. I have an album coming out January 28th. It's on Cherry Red, which is part of EMI, I believe, and I'm sure it's going to be available in the United States, and we're very excited about that. In fact, I'm putting together a band now with an old friend of mine, Reuben Archer. He's going to sing for me, and we're going to do a few shows around London. So, yeah.
Now, you said Michael played on it. Do you think he'll do some shows?
No, I don't think. No, that's not going to happen.
Had to ask.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm pretty happy with this one. We worked on it for 3 years, and I usually just sell stuff at gigs, on the merch desk and on my website. And I thought, no, I'm going to go the whole 9 yards with this one. And I got a manager, and she found a deal straight away. So I'm delighted. So get out there and buy it. It's called Terms and Conditions Apply.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay?
Okay.